Hi there, Libras, and welcome back to my channel, the Zodiac Love Tarot. I'm Jennifer Winters, and this is your Libra July 2020 Astrology Tarot reading. I am a sextilenium Libra, so I'm part of your tribe, so I'm glad to have you. And I just wanted to let you know that I'm doing this reading early because there's a lot to look out for in July. You're going to really notice that your attention starts to fall upon yourself, and I'll tell you the reason why that's happening, and also fall on your finances, which is what we talked about last time in June, but we're going to carry that over because there's still a lot that I see in astrology that's going to be talking about business and finance. So I wanted to basically let you know what's going on there. So if you want to hear this message and you're ready for it, please type down in the comment box below, I'm ready, so that helps me engage with you. So let's just get started about July, okay? So first, what you're going to notice globally is that because Saturn is going retrograde back into Capricorn out of Aquarius, our short-term thoughts about ideas to make money are going to start to really come to fruition. Your strategies are going to come to fruition. You're going to start thinking, how do I make more money? How can I communicate better with people to make more money? And that is the reason why I'm doing this spread that's called the Mercury Business Communication spread. And then you're going to notice that you already have a strategy in place, and now all you're trying to do is figure out how to improve. And I can see that that's what's happening here, and that's the reason why Saturn is going back into retrograde into Capricorn. We're just going to be rethinking how we're doing things, and that's going to happen up until December. And then when Saturn goes back into Aquarius, then you're going to start to see that all of your plans started to work out and come to fruition. And then also we have some asteroids that I want to tell you about, which is Ceres and Chiron. Ceres on July 7th is going to go retrograde in Pisces, meaning that you're going to really turn all of your nurturing attention and unconditional love onto yourself because you've been giving and giving and giving so much so far, that it's time for you to recharge, it's time for you to reflect, it's time for you to have some personal growth. And then again, we have some more of that energy on July 11th, because we have Chiron that's going to go retrograde in Aries. So that means that any negative patterns that you have, or behaviors, or things that you've been hoping to get rid of, or any karmic energy, negative energy that you've been trying to get rid of, is you're going to face it head on, and you're going to be able to figure that out with Chiron being in Aries, okay? And then by the end of the month, on July 27th, you're going to notice that Jupiter is sextile to Neptune, because you're going to see a lot of the stuff that you've been working on. It's going to start helping, and even starting as early as July 20th, when there's a new moon, you're going to see that all this personal work that you're doing on yourself and growth is really going to open up new channels for you. You're going to make new friends. It's going to be an amazing time. So if you're gonna see and wonder why you've been focusing on yourself so much and wondering what you need instead of what other people need, you're gonna see why that's happening, because it's all happening according to astrology. So now, without further ado, let's go ahead and do the reading, okay? So this reading is going to talk about how you can communicate better in business, like how you can present your best self, how you negotiate, all kinds of things, okay? So the first one is going to be your vision of money. And we talked about this last month a little bit. This is going to carry over, and you're going to see that your ideas are going to come to fruition. And this is one of the ideas, is your vision of money right here. So you got the Pluto card, okay? So that's very interesting. This is an underworld card. And this underworld card is telling me that you really need a transformation in order for you to make good money. And you are judging yourself. You can tell that there's some problems going on, and you are judging yourself, and you are doing it pretty hard. You are looking at every avenue of how you can personally grow. And you know that that's standing in the way of your abundance, is some of these things that you've been projecting, that you really want to transform and turn into some lighter energy, and you're judging yourself, and that is right now cutting you off a little bit from your abundance. But with the card having been upside down, it means things are going to change for you, because I can see that you're already noticing that that is what is standing in your way right now. But your vision is just to get through that, and then you can see the abundance on the other side of that transformation. So you're already seeing it. You just are hoping to get there. So let's get you there, okay, Libra? All right, so what opens you up to hearing what other people have to say? Now, I've got some interesting cards all the way through up into Libra. Some people want to hear what a business partner has to say. Some people only want to hear experts. Some people want to hear people who've been through a struggle. It's been always a weird, interesting card that comes up in this particular thing about what makes you open up to listening to other people. And that's important in business because you make new connections that way. You find out new information that way. You get resources that way. So let's find out. Okay, so you got the Magician. You got the Mercury card, okay? So this tells me that you like to listen to somebody who communicates very well and who makes things seem very effortless and has all the tools necessary. So you're looking for someone who makes business look easy or makes it look almost like magic. And sometimes you look at a person and you think, oh wow, like how did they do that? So it's you open up to a person who makes everything look easy and makes it look like it's magic. And so that's very different from what I've seen from like Cancer. They only want to hear people who've gone through this, struggle to get where they're going, or from, I also saw that Leos only want to hear from experts and stuff like that who've really thought things over constantly. But this card is different. You want someone who is clever and who has the fastest way to get things, and you want to know, okay? So you open up to that. Wow, you got it that, like, that was easy, or oh, you made that look like it was, just magic. So that's who you listen to. But it's also important to listen to other people who've struggled too, because they may have learned mistakes along the way that are helpful for you to avoid. All right, so the next card is, how do I present myself in the best possible way? Okay, Libra, so how do you present yourself in the best possible way? Okay, so you got the Corvus card, and it's the Six of Wands. So this tells me that the way you present yourself in the best possible way is to always bring people good news. So no matter if something seems like it's falling apart, you need to always tell them or bring them the best side of it. Oh, here's the bright side. So if you are always looking on the bright side, then this is the best way to present yourself, because any other way is going to just put negative energy into the equation that you don't need. So always try to tell people the best information possible or bring them good news, and that's going to help you manifest. All right. And then there's also this confidence that's in here with this Leo. So when you tell somebody the best news, you're bringing them sunny information, you're bringing them confidence. And even if something isn't as rosy as it seems, you need to, still look on the rosy side. All right. So now the next thing is, how do I maintain clarity? All right. So if you want to keep bringing that positivity, and you have to be clear, you have to have clarity to keep that energy going. So how do you keep it going? Okay, so you got the Sun card. This is also, with this Leo, you have Sun here, and then you also have the Sun here. So this is saying always look on the bright side. I mean, that's a good message, Libra, because maybe that's what's standing in your way here. This is the transformation that you need to make happen. And if you want this magician energy where everything seems so effortless, then you're just going to always have to look on the bright side and always bring people good news. Even if you feel like it's not happening, according to plan, always look on the bright side. Okay, so the next one is, how do I adequately express enthusiasm? So that's this card. Okay, so you got the Boots card, which is the Nine of Pentacles. So you express your enthusiasm by letting other people know how willing you are to work, because this is a worker's card. You can see him with the sickle. He's reaping what he sows. He's a Virgo energy. So he's a hard worker. He's willing to make these 9 pentacles happen. This is as close as you can get to a full boat of pentacles. And so in order for you to make a deal happen, you have to let people know how hard you work. And that's going to show them the enthusiasm. You're going to say, look, I'm on top of things. That's the way I roll. That's the way I manage my business, is by not making you wait, by getting back to you on time, by doing, by being available. All of that stuff is going to show a person your enthusiasm for getting stuff done. Now, the next one is what helps me negotiate, because business is all about negotiating. And let's see what you get for that card. That's this one. So you got the Scorpio card, and it's also the Death card, which means, again, you need some transformation. And so when you're negotiating, this is a card to let you know that you need to transform the way you negotiate with people. And so there's some growth that needs to basically happen there. And we probably would need some clarity on this, because I wouldn't know exactly how you're negotiating, but it does mean that you're going to need like more Scorpio energy here, a strategy for your negotiation. And so I would look at how Scorpios do things. They are direct, they are meticulous, they have a lot of attention to detail. So maybe your negotiations need to be direct, short, but detailed, and cover all the bases. That could be what's going on here. So don't make your answers when you negotiate with people too long or too lengthy, because you may be hanging yourself. That could be something there. So just know that there's a transformation that needs to go on there, okay? And then next we have, what's the best possible way to follow up with somebody? So that kind of falls in line with what's going on here. So let's take a look. So you got the Cardinal Water, and you got the King of Cups. So when you're negotiating with people, you want to bring a level of caring into it, emotions, to make the other person feel included, make the other person feel like you're taking care of their needs, that you're aware of their needs, and that you're balanced and focused, and that you're looking out for their best interest. That's what this card is. So that's good, because I think, Libra, you're perfectly capable of doing that. And you may be actually, this is going to run in your favor. You might be, that might be why your negotiations, though, are a little bit off, is because you're more focused on this aspect of things, and not as much detail and specifics. So when you're negotiating, when you're following up, you can always reassure someone you have their best interest, but you also want to make sure you're still negotiating. You want to make sure that you're getting the benefit out of, your negotiation, because you may be thinking too much about this other person's best interest, and not getting what's in your best interest, and not paying enough attention to detail for yourself as well, because this goes both ways, because you're trying to give and receive here. So you have to be careful that this is not too much in their favor, okay? All right, so the next one is what's standing in your way of making money now? What's going on? It could be the play between these two cards, like we've already been talking about. Okay, so you got the Cyrus card. Okay, this means smooth sailing, and it means calm waters. So this tells me that you aren't thinking that things are going so smooth, and you're making waves for yourself that don't need to be there. So you want to look on the bright side. I mean, that's what you really have to do, and you have to always be this messenger of good news, and that's going to show people that everything's going smoothly, and then that is going to gain their trust. I mean, you've already tried really hard to gain their trust because you're following up with them like this, but you might also, need more attention to detail as well, and specifics and negotiations. You may have to, uh, also when you're trying to gain people's trust, you're trying to be fair as well, but make sure that you're not giving away, the farm when you're negotiating with people. And this way, things are going to go smooth, all right? Okay, so now the next one is the last card, which is how can I use my communication to grow my business in the best way possible? So, how can you communicate in the best way possible to grow your business? So, let's see. Okay, so you got the Anquilla card, which is the Two of Pentacles. So, this means that you really want to create a partnership with the people that you're negotiating with. And that's easy for a Libra to do, really, because when we balance things out, we are fair to both sides, and that's what this particular card is working together. It's like teamwork to get these two pentacles, and it's about, the sacrifice that you're willing to give. And this is whenever you're communicating with people, they can already see what you're willing to do and the sacrifice that you're willing to make. Just be careful though with this card too, because again, we're back to this. Make sure you're not giving away the farm with everything that you're sacrificing here. Because in the end, we know that you are always still trying to look out for someone else's best interest, but you also have to make good deals for yourself too and look out for your own best interest. So, this looks good. There's a transformation. We know what it is now. You need to negotiate the best deal for yourself and also be more clear to people in your negotiations about specifics and analytics and things like that. And, you're listening to people who make it look easy, but also remember to listen to people who've made mistakes, because that helps, and then look on the bright side, and then there'll be smooth sailing, okay? And then also remember that you're building good partnerships by doing this. So yeah, sounds good to me. All right, so Libra, I really like that message. It does sound very familiar. Yeah, so this card keeps coming up for you guys recently too, so there is definitely a transformation that needs to happen, and I think I got as close to it as possible. And maybe it's going to come up again next month, so if you subscribe to the channel, we'll be able to tell if that energy or that transformation is starting to work. And then also you can get a free reading or something like that from me. Since you're a Libra, just reach out to me and tell me what's going on. And then also, if you leave a comment down below, I can also help you there. And yeah, so I'll see you next time, Libra, and I hope this works out for you. And yeah, have a good night. Bye, Libras. Bye.